Testing, testing, one, two, three. All right, you guys, I'm trying to try out this StreamYard. Mainly because YouTube wouldn't let me go live on my own account. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me. I don't know where I'm supposed to see the comments. Live viewer comment show up on StreamYard. Okay, click on a comment to show it on screen. Ah, let me get, oh, here's my phone. Let me see what this looks like on YouTube right now. Oh my God. Hey. Oh, wow. Hello. Hello. Wow. Okay, guys. I'm trying this out. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Red Blonde Chick, so I can add you guys. YouTube wouldn't let me go. Hi, IVF Bahama Mama. It wouldn't let me go live on my own account. I deleted some videos. Well, actually, I deleted a channel, and now it doesn't recognize me as the. Let me show all these. Okay. Oh, it doesn't show till I say, "Hey, Arlette, how are you?" Genesis said I knew to stay wide awake. Hey, gorgeous yourself, Miss Genesis. Hey, PB Rose, yellow. You've been wait. I almost went on Instagram right now, and then I was like, let me just try out this. Yeah, it's been a crazy day. Okay, oh my God, I gotta control all these. I need a moderator. Hey, Monet. Hey, Bella Berry. Show. Sophia's laughing at me. Shell saying hi. Oh, and your pictures pop up on the screen? Oh, we fancy. Hello, Michelle. Hello, precious one. All right, you guys see and hear me. Bear with me because we're gonna. Oh, look, I tried out some things. Let me see. Can you guys see this? Please remember to hit the like button. And then I tried out this. Wait, let me hide that. 6 days pass, 5 day. Okay, let me get back to the comments. Hey Marie, hey Cinnamon G, hey Judy Fisher, hey Anna. How are you? How are you? Monet, I don't know how to add you guys though. Anybody want to come on screen? I don't even know how that works. We're gonna oh, I have to invite you. Who? Oh yeah, Genesis was first in there. Red Blonde Chick. Okay. I'm gonna start talking because this is a lot of work over here on this. Okay, I think, oh, wow. Melissa saying good evening to me and the fertility fam. Good evening, Melissa. Yes, this is StreamYard. Mrs. Living in Hope is the one who recommended it. I thought I was going to be able to, hey Michelle, I thought I was going to be able to link this to Instagram, which is why I was like, let me try this. But it doesn't. It's Facebook, which I don't have. Instagram is part of Facebook, so I don't know why they plan. Hey Eve Nicole. Hey Noel. I got my Lunchable and my wine. Oh my God. You're not supposed to have wine and you deliver it next month. Girl, stop playing. Okay. Oh, okay, Judy. 3 days past 5 day transfer. So 8 DPO. Have you tested yet, Judy? Are you tempted to test? I'm hoping Tony and At joins too. Because we are going to do, I think we're going to do a live on Instagram tomorrow morning. I think she's an hour behind me, so we would have to do it like maybe 8:30 my time, 7:30 her time. I don't want to drag her out of bed too early. New comments. Okay. Smelling the wine. Where is the hair color? It's here. It's, I'm not in the light. The light is over there, but I didn't feel like rearranging all the stuff in here, but it's in there. You see it? Yeah, it's here. Yay. Hey, Sherry. I'm an hour behind, too. Okay, Chicago. Yeah, you're on Central Time, right? I'm on Eastern Time. Why, you doing a pregnancy test with me in the morning? Ouch, Genesis. So it's only 8:10 on your time. There it goes. It's not as much. I haven't put in any new lately. I'm trying to debate if I was going to try to straighten it with the color in there, and then I kind of got scared, and I was like, maybe I should just start from scratch, wash it all out, straighten it, and then add it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because it is, it does tolerate heat, but I don't know what that will do to my curls. Oh, I like that name. Shamika Staying Positive. Judy says, I haven't yet, but really wanting to, probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow is 9 for you. 9 DPO, technically. So, yes. Oh my God. You got some what if I want to? You want to do, you want to come on here and talk? Now, how does it work? Will we be talking at the same time? It alternates between both? Somebody help me out. I wish Crown Paint shipped to Canada. Oh, they don't ship to Canada? I'm sorry, I didn't know that. What do you use? My curls could never. I use, flaxseed gel. Flaxseed gel. I either make it at home or there's this one I get on Amazon. When I make it at home, I put African shea butter in there and I blend it up together so it's like a custard. Because just the straight gel makes my curls too tight. So it has to have a little bit of mix. I'm going to grab the one I use real fast because I get it on Amazon. So you should be able to get this one. These girls have stuff all over. Okay, flaxseed gel curl custard. And it's like $8 on Amazon. Yeah. And you can put it on wet hair or dry hair. If you put it on wet hair, it's going to tighten your curls, so you might have to stretch it, like twist them or do, I do band 2 knots. Because I try not to put too much heat on my hair. Yeah. Okay, I just answered that one. Pigtails. I got a question. Okay, what's the question? You want to go up here, Genesis? Let me pull you up here. Hold on. Copy to clipboard. I got to messenger you? Oh, Lord Jesus. No, I don't know how to do this. It doesn't let me text you. Oh, wait. Are you able to access your Gmail right now? Because I know I have your Gmail address. Let me see. Just which account do I have it in is the problem. Give me 1 second. Woo, they're gonna make me work tonight. Okay, here we go. Okay, I don't know if you can access that from your phone, but I sent you the link if you want to come into the StreamYard. Product ideas for my Cuban daughter because her curls be dry. Oh my God. Yeah. You don't want to be on video? I type my question. I look like a baby. Not a baby roach. I'm mad at you. No, I'm not going to put it back up now. Listen, crazy. Yeah. Hopefully I'm caught up on all the things. This is a little weird because on YouTube, everybody can see the questions. So, oh my God, Sophia is laughing at you, Genesis. I've watched, now that I see this, I've watched somebody else do this on YouTube. We actually use it for broadcasting events and digital events at work. But there's like a whole team that runs this, and now I see why. But what was I going to say? I forgot. I think we're talking about hair. Moisture, moisture, moisture. Do you try the conditioner oil? The thing is, after you moisturize, you have to seal it with something. You need some kind of sealant to keep the moisture in. And then she's got to wrap it at night in something like a satin cap. Or if, she could put it in a, get like a silk or satin pillowcase. But it's still hard on the ends. Like I would tie the ends up. Otherwise, she's not going to have length retention. So like me, you guys see me in the videos, I do like 4 Bantu knots and put them up. Oh, I hope Tanya joins. So yeah. What do we got going? Thank you, the LOC method. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, I learned it here on YouTube. So it's like a liquid oil conditioner. I think I do LCO. I think I do oil last because I use the oil as a sealant. And then Aloe vera gel or juice is moisturizing, like it's sprayable. They sell that on Amazon too for like $4 in a big like glass bottle, and I mix that with water and spray that on. Not every day, but on wash day, I actually take some and dip, like I section my hair and I dip it into the aloe vera juice, and then I put on the different products. You did not miss much, Mimi. We just got here. Wait, what happened, Genesis? Ready to fight? She wouldn't let me cancel the appointment due to childcare and completely embarrassed me. And I'm sorry, Mama. Do you have an issue? Oh, here we go. I did it backwards. Sorry. Do you have an issue with the nurse being pushy and not listening or reading the chart and asking you personal questions? Oh, I definitely have an issue with anybody asking me personal questions out in the lobby at a medical appointment. That's a HIPAA violation. You need to be in a private place. Just tell her I would rather discuss it in private. And they definitely shouldn't be trying to embarrass you. No, Sharon, I did not try to test with the digital. So I'm not sure if you know, the digital has it requires the highest amount of HCG. So it's way too early to be testing with the digital. I think you need like 50 on at least on a clear blue. You need 50 IU of HCG. I wouldn't have that this early. Yeah. So I wouldn't do. Those are definitely like the digitals are technically like if I was having sex, it would be after the start of my period. Obviously, I'm not gonna have a period because I'm on progesterone. But no, yeah. Hey, Patty, how are you? I haven't tested it all though, Sharon. I haven't tested it all, but when I plan to test tomorrow morning, but it definitely will not be with the digital. I don't expect that it would be, because that means it would be like, well, I mean, I guess potentially it could be, but then it would be like 400 by the time I had, because it's doubling. No, it's doubling every 48 hours. Don't make me do all that math. But today is too early for sure. I would be lucky to get a positive on beta day with the digital. Oh, I like that picture, Patty. That's nice. So yeah, I have not tested. The plan is to test tomorrow morning. We're gonna do it on IG live, mainly because we can see who's coming in and out, and I can't necessarily see that on YouTube or here. And now YouTube is not letting me go live just from my channel. I will announce in a video here. So the videos are 2-week delayed, Sharon. I will announce in a video any side effects from the progesterone. I don't think I've had mood swings, but I've been on the progesterone for a couple months now. I mean, on and off for a couple months, because I've cycled. This is the 5th time cycling if we count my ERA and Receptiva, the mock cycle. So, but I get sore boobs. I got nausea on one of the cycles. I'm trying to think of what else. Acne, like I've been getting acne this time. I went and got my eyelashes done today, and I noticed there is like a little pimple right in here. I don't know if you guys can see that on there. Which way am I going? Kinda. It's right there. And then there's one under my chin. I don't have it. They're not the same symptoms every cycle though, so I don't know, what else impacts that. But yeah, so acne, sore boobs. Sometimes there's frequent urination. I feel like, because somebody else asked me that yesterday, well, whatever, the last time I went live, like, have I been symptom spotting? And I just feel like it's kind of pointless because the progesterone gives so many symptoms. I will say, though, after we finished with the live, the last time when I got up, I had cramping, which I hadn't had that before on the progesterone. I remember feeling like the very first one in March, which the one I had 331, I felt like there was tugging, but it didn't feel like it felt during this cycle. So I would say that's the only thing that's been different. I think I just answered that, Angela. I'm feeling good overall. I feel positive about it. I'm excited. The last couple of nights I had not trouble sleeping, but trouble getting up. Like I wanted to lay in bed. So that has been a thing, and hungry. But I think that's the progesterone. I know somebody told me that on Instagram, the progesterone makes you hungry, because I was breaking my fast early and I posted a picture of it, and they're like, that's the that is the progesterone. So, and there's always that progesterone. Oh no, I'm a queen to me. Progesterone also gives you that crazy pooch, that bloat. Are you going to do another staycation? I am not. I'm not going to do another staycation. Yeah, I'm going to go to work. I'm saving my vacation because I want to go to see my mom in California. And then I'm going on a retreat in October. So I want to see my mom in September if the COVID stuff kind of calms down. And because she's immunocompromised, even though we're both vaccinated, I just don't want to put her at risk because the Delta variant is not as... the vaccine doesn't work as well on it because when they created the vaccine, the Delta didn't exist or they didn't factor it in. But anyway, the plan, before I go on a tangent about this damn COVID, the plan is to go to California in September, and then I'm going on a retreat in October to Massachusetts, the yoga retreat. So I'm trying to save the rest of my days off, and then there's a holiday. So I've taken 3 different vacations already this year. Because I did the Hamptons after the first transfer. I went to Hawaii before the second transfer, and then I just took time off after the third one. I took the rest of that week off and stayed home. So how much do you recommend for someone to save if starting the process? As much as you can. As much as you can. I would say, Rose, if you do... depending on if you have insurance, I would identify like what your target cost is. If you feel like you need to start with IVF and not try IUI first, like there's some other options before leading up to that. And then there's also, you can break it up. So I know we call it IVF and we mean like egg retrieval and transfer, but the clinics break it up. So you can do just your egg retrieval at a cost, right? And that's like kind of the time sensitive part, if you will, because as we age, our eggs age, yada, yada. So you could do that and have your eggs and or embryos, if you have them fertilized, if you have a partner, at one time, and then later do the transfer if that's less expensive for you, but you will have to pay for the storage of the embryos, like while you wait for that. But yeah, I honestly, I don't have a good gauge because I don't know where you are, what your insurance coverage is. Hey, Tay Marie and baby. Oh, that's cute. Hey, little one. Jordan. Hey, Jordan. And COVID is, they will ask you like to disclose if you have the vaccine, then go on a tangent on why your baby needs it. Ugh, I have too many allergies. Can't get it. Why do people care? Who is asking you if you have it or not? All people are out of pocket. Like, I feel like there's so many HIPAA violations there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah. So let me see. Did I miss any questions? Hopefully I answered your question, Angela. I feel fine. I will say, gas is another thing, progesterone. I haven't had that this time. Thank God. I have not had that. Yeah, I feel pretty good. A little bit tired, like I said. So I think that those are all the questions that I see. So yeah, the plan is to test in the morning. We may chicken out because we're still trying to talk ourselves into it. I don't know how many DPO she is tomorrow, but tomorrow I will be, let's see, 9 days past transfer is my test day. So that's Thursday. So 7. Oh my God. Sorry guys. It's late. Or I'm just tired. 7. I'll be 7 days past transfer. So that would be 12 DPO. So I feel like that's a good time to start. Not expecting anything. Yeah, not expecting anything. I know somebody watched the live from Sunday and was like, they saw a control line. And I was like, no, there was no control line. That was why. You're not supposed to squint to see the control line. It should just be there. With the hospital, I can see why they asked, because they have to know. They'll probably make you get a test. But I think anybody, Genesis, honestly, should be getting a COVID test, because even if you're vaccinated, you can still catch COVID. It's just like the flu, right? So I don't know. They're now, I'm sure you've seen, recommending that women, pregnant women, have the vaccine. And then I was watching somebody's. Oh, I know, and I said this wrong the other day, so I want to correct it. The channel's name is Jarvis and Sadie, Sadie, and they are the ones who had the embryo adoption. She took the twins. She had a video today. She took the twins for their 4-month checkup, and she had been vaccinated, and so they were basically, the doctor was like, "Well, we'll see if the vaccine if they get any immunity, basically, because she's breastfeeding both the twins." God bless her. Genesis, did you breastfeed both the twins? And if so, how long? But yeah, I am not anxious for the test tomorrow. I would say this is the first time I'm not anxious, Sharon. I'm kind of excited for it, but I don't want to put like too much on it. So yeah, obviously I'm gonna have support. I'm gonna have Tanya testing at the same time, so that kind of takes the pressure off. But yeah, I think I'm excited, and that's why I want to test, because normally I try not to. I know I did last time, and I went crazy on the first transfer, and this is at check-in when they do your temp, not my doctor. At the check-in, they're asking you if you're in front of everybody? Wait, nobody knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't understand that, Genesis. This is in the hospital? They're asking you this? I don't know. Heaven help them. None of the clinics where I'm from take insurance for IUI nor IVF. You have to pay out of pocket, then file a claim with your insurance. Oh, okay. And have they gone over the rates with you? Like, what are they looking at? You also can apply for care credit. Find out if any of the clinics take care credit. It is interest free for the first 24 months. Obviously, it's based on your credit, but you could have it on there, and then you would have 2 years to pay that down before you would be charged any interest. Obviously, you could pay it down longer than that, depending on how much it is, but you wouldn't be paying interest for that first 2 years. So, maybe put a big chunk down. I don't know. Like, do you get a bonus at work, or is there like a lump sum you can put down? I would think about all of those. Look for grants. I'm sure you've probably already done research. I know there are some YouTubers who give away IVF grants. There's the website resolve.org that kind of pools resources together, and it talks about like different grants and resources for people struggling with completing their family. So there's definitely options out there. Yes, we will have our little one soon. I know that's right, Mimi. Name it and claim it. Bonsoir, Indy. Oh, Martinique. C'est bon, c'est bon. Thank you, Tay Marie. I'm excited. Yeah, I just feel good overall. Let me see. Genesis, don't get me on breastfeeding. The lactation lady ruined that because I was on opioid, so I tried, but they rejected me. They were my only formula. Oh, wow. What was the lactation lady doing? Oh, my God. Okay, Shamika has some. I've been paying out of pocket. I'm a queen of me, and so far I've spent like $45,000. Ooh, Shamika, I can't even add mine up, honestly. I mean, if I go back from 2018 to now, and I know like I'm not even paying what some people are paying because I do have coverage, but there are parts of it that I don't have 100% coverage. But ooh, yeah, 45,000. That's what I say. It's like gambling. You're going to put some more money on the table. Like when you think about it. And then it annoys me because I see like in some, there's always trolls on the internet questioning why we're doing what we're doing. Why are we spending our money on this? Why aren't we? And I know like there was a woman in one of the chat rooms asking about a grant, and some troll came in and was like, well, if you have to take a grant or take a loan, then you can't afford a child. I don't think they realize how much it is. That's like saying if you can't afford, why do you need a loan for a car? Like not everybody does, but a car is about $45,000. You're not just plunking that down. Most people are not plunking it down all at once. And if you have good credit, why would you? You could finance it at 0% or low interest for a couple years. And you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't use your cash that way. So, yeah, it is not for the faint of heart, emotionally, financially, mentally. Yeah. Sophia is saying, Shamika saying it can get expensive. Sophia is sympathizing with you, Shamika. Janaea, I think I have to coordinate with Tanya because I believe she's in the Central Time Zone, so it would be 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Eastern on Instagram and 7:30 Central. Hopefully she joins tonight. Oh, hey, there you are. Hey, Tanya. So you're in Central Time, right? So I'm trying to tune in and see if you go live. Yeah, let me just show. Tanya, I think you're in Central Time. And if we do, or when we do Instagram, if you're still up for it tomorrow, I was thinking 8:30 my time, so you don't have to get up too early. I think that's 7:30 your time. Meek, no, I haven't, Mika. We're coordinating the testing tomorrow on IG. Okay. Oh wait, oh my God, I'm missing so much. They told you couldn't breastfeed. Um, Janaea, what? I feel like you have a feeling that it worked this time, so I'm trying to tune in. Oh, I missed that part about that it worked this time. I feel positive about it. I don't want to put more on it than that. I feel positive about it. This is the first cycle that I went into excited. I did not go excited. Can you guys see me? I feel like there's a big, there we go. I did not feel excited about any of the other transfers, if that makes sense. It just felt like, okay, this is what I got to do. I talked about that on Saturday, I think, when we were prepping for the blue moon. Let me show these guys. Can you guys see them if I don't put them on the screen? Like what's in this column? Can you guys all see those? Because I'm like getting a little overwhelmed trying to make sure all these are red. Wait, they told you couldn't breastfeed because of opiates. I'm a chronic pain patient, so I'm curious about that. That is, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I remember when I breastfed Cheyenne, it seems so much more complicated. Like that, like a lot of kids are having, what is that thing where they have to get it cut? It's, I can't even remember, but kids are having to have surgery to have, breastfeeding, and there's like all these counselors. I took a class before Cheyenne was born, and then I had like a nurse at the hospital, and then we were off to the races. I was on heavy meds. She had them pouring out my milk arms. Oh, she made you waste it. I see what you're saying. I already paid for IUI, and we've done one cycle that ended in an early miscarriage. Oh, I'm sorry. And have 2 more cycles left. But with IVF, it's 30,000 or more. Yeah. Yeah. It gets pricey. It adds up quickly. They were preemie. It was not recommended. My doctor got involved a week later, but it was too late. They wouldn't. Oh, okay. I see. Hey, Shell, what's going on? You can take the chat off the screen. It's blocked. Okay, good. Oh my God, let me do that because I'm like, now how do I take it off the screen? I'm in here doing too much. As long as you guys can see each other. Because I'm like, this is... I don't know how to take it off. Let me go back to banners and see. Okay, here's a banner. Oh, this will allow me to share content with you guys, though. I don't have any, but that was something I used to be able to do in YouTube directly, and they changed it. I don't know how to take these comments off the screen. And these are not in the right order. Angela. Okay. If anybody else had any side effects from the progesterone, please put it in the chat because I'm curious about. Hey, Jordan. Hey, Feisty One. I missed all these. I will say I don't have any anxiety this time like I did before. I'm willing to just accept that what is meant to be will be. Or before, I was a hot mess. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to catch up. Oh my God. Girl. That is, yeah, 8:30, 7:30, 5:30. Oh, don't get up for that. Oh, okay. I do want to put this on here. If anyone has issue with the opioids, make sure your doctor charts it on your labor and delivery plan. Oh, that's good, Shamika. Yeah. Same here. I feel blessed to have been able to pay for it. It's like I hear, I know a couple of ladies who haven't been able to move forward with IVF just because they couldn't afford it. They couldn't finance it. It was that's a hard pill to swallow. So Mimi, when is your FET? It's approaching. You're scared to get excited. I know. That's how I was on the other ones. And it was like I was afraid to get excited because I thought it would be a letdown if it didn't work. Let me tell you. it's gonna be a letdown either way. So I felt like this time, like, get excited. It didn't hurt any less when I wasn't excited. You know what I mean? So lip tie, thank you, Marie. Oh my goodness, I lip tie. Both of you guys said it, Shania too. That was what I was like. A friend of mine, like her daughter had a lip tie, and like she had to have a procedure, and it was painful, and it was like, oh my god. And then she was like, it's relatively common, so I was just like, whew. Angela, you struggled breastfeeding your baby when you were 38. I didn't have the flow like I did before. I can't even imagine the struggles the older we get, although that would be my preference. I definitely would like to breastfeed. And I will say, when I was watching Jarvis and Sadie this morning, she is breastfeeding her twins, and they're like 10 pounds each, and they're 4 months. I was like, that is awesome. She's doing a great job. I think the doctor forgot she was cleft lip. There's also a cleft, but it was the lip tie that I was talking about, Salome. I feel like your spirit is... Oh, I lost Genesis. Oh my God, Sophia, you're getting up. Okay. Well, you know I'm not always running on time, so don't get up too early. We'll be on there for a minute, at least chatting and dipping and all that good stuff. Oh, Michelle, progesterone gave you hot flashes, made you nauseous and lightheaded. Yeah. Oh, I did get warm today. I mean, it was warm in New York, even though it was storming, but I will say I went downstairs. Like the Amazon Fresh guy, I put my delivery in the package room. I don't know why. And I had to go down there and get it and come up. And I was like flush by the time I came back up today. And on other cycles, I had night sweats, but I haven't had that on this at all. So, which is interesting because on transfer day, my progesterone was the highest it's been. It was 26. Last cycle, the third transfer, it was 20. And I think before that, it was 16. And then it was 10. So, but I remember that first one, I was definitely nauseous, like before transfer. So I knew it wasn't a symptom. I was just like, ugh. Riddle me this. I like this format. Don't know if it's because I'm watching on my laptop, but I see you just fine with the comment. Okay, cool. And I'm on my laptop, so that makes it. I mean, I've never gone live on YouTube on my phone. Kitty's on cycle day 8 on 5th cycle after my endo surgery. Ooh, hopefully this is it, Kitty. I'm praying for you. Progesterone's giving you crazy dreams and a little anxiety this time around. Where are you in the transfer, Jennifer MB? Because dreams, ouch, can also be a sign of pregnancy. But yeah, I remember I had the dreams like on the first one. I had so many symptoms on that first one when I went to, and it ended up, what did I have? Like a 2.5. So it was a chemical pregnancy is what they call it. But I had like crazy dreams and all that. That's when Cheyenne and I went to the Hamptons. I had so many. I was just like, yeah, it was. But even then, I was afraid to get excited. So I think no matter what, I'm not going to talk that over my body about a miscarriage and worry about it. You know, I think I just have to let go and be clear that whatever happens is what is meant to have happened, and just go from there. Because I think that's what was causing all the anxiety for me of like the stuff that I couldn't control. I was really worried about it, and it just made it worse. It didn't make it better. You know what I mean? So why was I doing that to myself is like what I question. Progesterone inserts or mass, prefer the shots. Which do you like better? The only downside is no full sexy time. Well, since I'm not having sex, at least not on a regular basis, it doesn't matter. My favorite is the Crenone, which I had with my pregnancy in 2017. I'm not a fan of the shots because they hurt. Even with the lidocaine and everything else, it just like, you know, the next, like I can walk past the door and actually bump into it and it's like, you know, the next day. So, the suppositories are just goopy in there, and I like to take baths and it's like, you really can't with not a fan of the suppositories. And I've tried the endometrium and then also the little caplets that you can take orally or vaginally, but I was always directed to take it vaginally, and I wasn't a fan. Like they mess up your underwear. They're just Shamika, I didn't discontinue any meds or vitamins this time. I didn't start any that I couldn't have. I didn't take any ubiquinol this cycle. I was only taking methylfolate. The endocrinologist told me to decrease, the regular endocrinologist, not the reproductive, when I had my lab work done, to decrease my vitamin D intake because my vitamin D was super, super high, which I didn't even think that could be a thing. So instead of taking it daily, I take it every other day now. But I didn't discontinue anything. as far as progesterone, after your let's see, after your BFP, you have to keep doing it for 10 weeks. Brutal. My poor butt looks like a nightmare. Worth it every bit. Oh, that's awesome. I hope I only have to do it for well, that would be 14, right? No, is that 14 weeks? Because yeah, then you'd be in your second trimester. So maybe that is it. Maybe it is only 10 more after that. It's just brutal. So I've taken it now since starting in March, right? So it's been multiple weeks since March because of this is transfer number 4 and I had the mock. So I should be used to it by now. Oh, who is Mimi? Congrats. So disclaimer, tomorrow I will only be 9 DPO, which is still earlier, so I will not let myself get to disappointment if I don't see anything. Right, Tanya, and that's why I feel like tomorrow is a safe day, because I think if I will be 12 technically DPO tomorrow. But yeah, that's still super early because there's a good percentage of embryos that don't even that start implanting until day 8. Although I know our friend Genesis likes to start testing on day 8 DPO. But yeah, it's yeah, it'll be early for you. So no, it'll be more pressure on me than you, but I will appreciate the company. Oh, you have a positive digital test and go for an ultrasound. Congratulations, Jennifer. That's awesome. Kitty is doing progesterone suppositories. Which ones, Kitty? Are you doing the endometrium or are you doing the little like capsules that look like you can swallow them? If this is too personal, don't answer, but how did you get to this positive headspace, like not worrying about stuff you can't control? I need help with this so bad. It's not too personal. I started listening a lot to Abraham Hicks and thinking about law of attraction and attracting what I wanted, and stop talking about things that I didn't want, because what happens is that's the vibration you're sending out, and so you're attracting it, because that's all I was talking about. So I started doing that. First I started meditating because I needed to quiet my mind. There was a lot going on. I suffer from anxiety in general aside from TTC. I'm on Zoloft 50 milligrams a day, and so that was my jam. And I was like, it was ruminating, things were ruminating, and I was like, that's all I think about is taking control. And so when I talked to the therapist, he talked about meditating, and my daughter had been listening to Abraham Hicks, not recently, but prior, and it reminded me of that. So I don't remember what it was. Something he said made me want to search it, but they have videos on YouTube, Abraham Hicks. And that was, it just like, it feels different when you do that and when you speak about it as if it's already yours, right? I was doubting it. And then also in doing the meditation and in doing like affirmations, I realized I still had a lot of resentment about the process and where I was in the process. And so that was blocking me too. So I was just trying to clear blockages. And I think they call it resistance. I may be misstating that, but in the Abraham Hicks, I believe they call it resistance. So I was like releasing resistance so that I could swim upstream with it and just be, because it is going to be whatever it's going to be. However, what I can control is how I feel about it. And so the worrying wasn't serving me, and it was making it worse. And I needed to change something if I was going to be able to keep going. Because I was feeling discouraged. And also because it's public, a lot of people were giving me suggestions and also pressuring me into doing things that I said I didn't want to do, or asking me about it again and again, like putting in 2 and honestly, I feel like either they didn't understand the complications that were surrounding it, the risks that were involving it, given me and my medical history and everything else, or they were just wishing me dead. I don't know, or wishing the baby's dead. And not to say that I won't end up with twins, but putting in 2, I could end up with quadruplets. And so it was like, there was just a lot of stuff of that noise that people were saying, and my head wasn't clear. I wasn't clear with myself, so I couldn't be clear with anybody else. And so, yeah, I don't know if that answered your question. That was kind of rambly, but it was a process. It wasn't a switch that flipped, if that makes sense. It was a process for me to get there, but I'm glad I'm here. I feel so much better. Anyway, hopefully that answered. Hey, pretty brown eyes, how are you? I try my best not to, but it be calling me. Oh my God. What's calling you? I missed it. I tested 7 days after transfer, which was Father's Day, and got a faint line with a 3-day embryo. Oh, awesome. So that would have been 10 DPO. Okay. That makes sense. I'm doing this in my 31-day fertility prayer challenge. Today was Speak Life. Yes, yes. And it's the same like if you're praying, when you pray, you don't tell God about the things you don't want. You don't keep saying that over and over. You say what you want, right? And so when we speak over our life, we should be talking about what we want, not what goes wrong. And I think like I have a natural inclination to that. Like if I talk to somebody and they're complaining every time I talk to them, I'll distance myself from them because they're asking for that, because that's all they keep talking about. They're asking for the drama in their lives, right? So, and I wasn't to that extent. And I mean, sometimes I vent, I'm human, but then I let it go. Do you know what I mean? I think we all know those kind of people, where I've run into them. It's like where we kind of keep our distance. But like when we say prayers, we're not telling God about what's wrong. We're asking for what we want to have, whatever it is. And so it was like I just needed to embody that in all parts of my life and in all parts of the cycle, and not have like negative feedback to myself, because I was doing that a lot. And I was angry that it was what I perceived to be taking too long, and I was telling myself, oh, I hope I don't have a miscarriage. So what was I putting out there all the time? Miscarriage, but you know what I mean? So it wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't healthy, and it was like physically weighing me down. Oh, hey, Beach Mountain Labs. Thank you. I appreciate you. Prometrium progesterone suppositories. Okay. So how is the discharge with the Prometrium? Hopefully that's not too personal. I know that, I feel like those were messier than the capsules, but they also were dissolved better. Cause I feel like the capsule, the part that's on the outside, never actually gets absorbed. And so you got to go fishing for it in the morning. Tanya is tempting, so I just give in. I even keep testing after the positive. Of course, yeah. Some people don't realize that this process is not one size fits all, right? And this custom to everyone's mindset and physical. And yeah, it does have to be, because it's like you don't know what your walk is going to be like. Like you can hear about other people's experience, but it doesn't mean it's going to be your experience. It doesn't mean you're going to handle it the same. Like, and it depends on everything from like your financial situation, your relationships, your resilience, because it's not for the faint of heart. It's not. And even though we cry and show our vulnerability, it doesn't mean that we're weak. It's just like we're human, you know, and you don't know what toll is going to take on you until you're on the journey. Like nobody can really prepare you for it. Yeah. No matter what you, oh, Angela, thank you. You're welcome, Mimi. That testing anxiety never stops, because once you get a PFP, then you stress about labs and every ultrasound until graduation. Right. So Marie, what I've been doing for that, so at my clinic, you only get, or when you get, let me say that right. When you get the embryo, the picture of the embryo is when you graduate. So that is what is part of my like affirmations and meditations, is I can't wait to see, and I tell it to the baby, like I'm writing in a journal, I can't wait to see the first picture of you. Because that means I graduated, right? And so that's what I'm working toward, instead of like, oh my God, I hope it's like, I know the betas are going to double. I know you're going to be okay. And I can't wait to see the picture, the very first picture of you. So that I'm just like not dreading it, because that also spikes your adrenals in a different way. Do you know? Like you can feel it physically when you're stressing yourself out. And I was like, I don't know. I was feeling haggard. I wear a light day cloth pad, but it's not too bad not bad. Okay, good, Kitty. Yeah. Like I think that is wise for, especially like, I think the endometrium, I think when I had to take it, it was like 3 times a day to wear like a light pad. That was why I like the Crenone. You only had to take it at night, that progesterone. It was pricey though. The insurance didn't cover it. But I didn't have the fertility insurance at that time, so I don't know, but it was pricey. It was like, I want to say it was like $100 for 2 weeks worth of meds. And now I get like 3 bottles of progesterone for $10. So you just got to take it in the ass. It's cheaper though. I totally agree. Every time I hit a milestone, I'm worried about the next thing. I promised myself I wouldn't do that, but it's really hard to stop. I need to focus on the positive. I mean, it's hard both ways, Rebecca. I think about where you want to go as if you're already meant to be there. Do you know what I mean? Think about it as if it's already yours. And so there is no worry because it's yours. What God has for you is for you. And so, or the universe, however you want to frame it. What's yours is yours. It was ordained. And so I think walk with that. If you can. It's easier said than done. Like, I've been doing a lot of work, and I focus on being positive like throughout the day. Like, I start with the daily meditation, I do some stretching, I do affirmations, and then I go to bed with affirmations. And instead of meditating at night, I journal to the baby. And then so that's what's on my mind when I go to sleep, and then I play my ocean music or whatever. Or sometimes I play like YouTube has everything. They have like those black screen videos where it's like chakra cleansing, or it's the I don't know how you pronounce it, binaural, binaural, the hertz, like it's 432 hertz or different hertz. It'll tell you in there that's supposed to have a physiological impact on you. So I go to bed in a positive mood, and then consequently I wake up in a positive mood. But it is like, it's a conscious effort. It's not by circumstance. And even Tamika TTC lets you see all aspects of this process and give people a more realistic view of what happens. And that's why people love you. Oh yeah, love all of us. I think, yeah, like I learned a lot from Tamika TTC's process, and she reaffirmed what some of I was doing. I like seeing everybody's journey. Yeah, and including yours, Genesis. And Tanya, Berkosha, everybody's story was unique, and all of you ladies have grit, you know what I mean? And so it was like, it's encouraging to me. It helps me keep going. And then to see after the struggle that you and Berkosha ended up pregnant, like Kosha had her rainbow baby and then had a surprise baby, and you had your rainbow babies and then had a surprise baby. Like, it just gives me hope that it's like, I remember that video where Kosha was crying after she had to have her tubes removed. And there was like an issue or whatever. I don't remember all the details, but I remember her emotion from that and feeling heartbroken and like depressed for however long. And like her kids were trying to console her and things were just going on. And then for her to have the baby, you know what I mean? To not only have one, but to have two. And so like those stories help, I think, keep all of us going. So I'm grateful for everybody who shares, whether it's in a video or in the comments or whatever. I like the videos because I can go back and watch them at my leisure, but I enjoy everyone who shares their story. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little behind. Can you prime before providing the sperm to the clinic, or should you send the sperm first? I believe you can do both, Heather. So I've had to send sperm to 2 different clinics, both RMA and, oh my God, Columbia, where I am now. So RMA had a cutoff date. Like, I was doing IUIs there, but they had a cutoff date that the sperm had to be received, and so they gave that to me. But as soon as I got cleared for IVF at Columbia, I just had the vial sent, and I sent 2 vials, so I still have a vial. I didn't send 2, I'm sorry. I purchased 2 vials. I sent 1 to Columbia, and 1 is still at California Cryobank. And so I just sent it to them. I think it would have got there in December because that's when I got cleared, and then it wasn't used until February. I don't think they charge me for it, but check with your clinic, because if they're going to charge you for storage, it may be more storage than what your sperm bank is charging you. So I would do all price comparisons, because trust me, the dollars add up quickly. I'm not encouraging you to nickel and dime people, but I'm just saying for myself, I like to nickel and dime because I want to make sure I'm getting a deal. I'm getting the best deal I can, the biggest bang for my buck. So yeah, I would just ask, like, how soon can they take it? Are they going to charge you for storage? Like, what does that look like for you versus because like California Cryobank always has these discount codes and coupons. So I don't think I've technically paid for any of that storage there. Like, I got 3 months free, and then they gave me another 6 months. And I think I should check that now. I think I'm still in that 6-month free period, but, and I didn't prime for my IVF this time because I used an egg donor. I primed in, oh my God. I primed at Share, so that would have been in 2019. I can't remember if I primed in 2018. But I had a live donor at that point, so it was a little bit different. It doesn't really apply to what you're asking there. Cronone is expensive and insurance says, nice try, trick. Find something else is the best and hardest to get. Yes, it is. It is. And honestly, like at the beginning, because I was just pregnant naturally at that point, Genesis, and I was like, I knew it was already a miracle. And so I was like, I was going to pay whatever. Little did I know it was going to be years and years of spending later. So yeah. Thank you, Emmanuel. Yeah, it gets expensive. I'm new to the TTC community, but it took me 15 years to conceive my. Oh, congratulations! I have PCOS and endometriosis. Oh, yay! She said, love the support. Sorry, I'm not saying yay to the endometriosis. Yay to that you love the support. Yeah, the support is everything. It's everything. Um, the losses are the worst, and I think that's when people get true raw emotion, even when we try to mask it. And y'all know my mouth, so I pray for anyone that watched my mess. Oh my God, yours was humorous though, because I felt like you felt. I don't know. I just felt like in keeping it real, you understood the gravity, but then also were like not falling back. Like your determination was amazing, and then like you got the job that had the coverage. Your whole journey was like, that was the definition of like persistence and tenacity, because a lot of people would have just given up, you know what I mean? Like you gangstered that shit to the finish line and got 2 babies out of it. So yeah, I hope so too. You seem like I'm definitely in a good headspace. Hi Aisha, whichever way it goes. Do you think using a donor for both has helped relieve a lot of your worry, stress, and things? Oh, that's nice, Tanya. I think no. I'm gonna say no, Genesis. I think it relieved anxiety of not having to stim, but I said this in the other live. I had a lot of resentment about having to use an egg donor. Like because I had not grieved for the loss of using my own eggs. And so because everyone made it sound like, from when I went into RMA in 2017 after losing a natural pregnancy, made it sound like donor eggs were going to be a slam dunk. And so I thought it didn't matter like what I went through, like because donor eggs were a slam dunk, I'm just going to be pregnant, right? And then I had the chemical. And so then I had even more resentment. Like these people convinced me, like I could still be trying. I mean, that was my ego talking. I'm just going to be clear. Like they convinced me to do this and I could have been trying my own egg. But in reality, no, I wouldn't have been able to, because I've done 4 now and I would not have been able to do that with my own egg because I was only getting 1 at a time. So I would still be somewhere in retrieval land. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to get real with myself and I had to be honest. So going the donor route wasn't an easy choice for me, and not grieving properly made it more difficult. Now I'm in a place of acceptance because my end goal is a take home baby. And so all that other stuff is just noise in my head. You know what I mean? So now I'm at peace with it, but it took me a while, even though, it took me a while to even say I would do donor eggs. And then, had it not been for the pandemic, I don't know that I would have, or I probably would have eventually, but because I lost so much time, I was like, oh, I'll do the donor egg and my egg, like we'll do a tandem cycle. And then that was going to be a ridiculous amount of money. And that also was my ego, because it's like, what if this donor gets all these eggs and I still end up with 1? You know what I mean? And so it was like, it was messing with my head. It was messing with my ego. There's something about our society that makes it feel like, or made me question, I don't want to put it on anyone else. It made me question, am I less of a woman? Am I less of a woman because and is this woman better than me because I have to use her eggs? And so I had to get through all that mental madness. And I know the other night I talked about this and somebody was like, oh, they talked to the counselor. That was a requirement. It was a requirement for me to talk to a counselor to get cleared to have donor eggs. But we never talked about grieving the loss of my own. We never did. What we talked about is raising the child, accepting the child as my own, like those things, which I feel like it doesn't have to be. I have never felt like it had to be a relative. I have so many. My mom was orphaned at 14. So the woman I know as my grandmother wasn't my grandmother. So I'm not hung up on like, I can't love someone who doesn't have my blood. That wasn't it for me. there was a part of me that did want to have a legacy and have that, but like that wasn't the end all be all where I'm like, oh, I can't love somebody who's not related to me, because I think that's BS. But it was a journey, it was a process, and so that probably needs to be talked about more, the grieving, because it is a loss. It's something when we're little and we envision being parents, we envision most of us being genetically connected to that child. But again, I had to focus on my end goal. My end goal is a take-home baby. My end goal is shepherding a soul through the earth. And the soul is coming to me. The soul is choosing me. It doesn't matter about the genetics. That's just a wrapper, right? And so I had to get through all that. So I think it probably, using two donors probably led me to a deeper understanding of like myself and my worth, because I had to dig deep. I did have to dig deep. It wasn't something I went into lightly. And to get to here, it took a lot of like introspection and talking to the therapist. And my therapist, the one I have now, is not a fertility therapist, but it was work of self-care. I'm more intentional. Yes, Angela. And that is something that I've worked on with the therapist, of like taking care of myself, nurturing myself, loving myself, right? I deserve to be loved, and it has to start with me. And then that's how you show other people how you deserve to be treated, because you're taking care of yourself. Where before, I was very much a people pleaser, and I've said this before, so I want to make sure everybody else is okay and taking care of them, and I wasn't taking care of myself. And when you do that, because part of you, or at least part of me, let me just speak for myself, I don't want to project anything anyway. Part of me was like, well, they'll see how much I'm working, they'll eventually reciprocate. But that's not the message that they're getting. The message that they're getting is that you're willing to sacrifice yourself to take care of them. And then when they don't need the help anymore, you'll just be fine. You know what I mean? The message is not like, oh, she's doing all this for me, so if she ever needs, I'll do it for her. Or if she doesn't need, I'll just be appreciative and reciprocate in some way, or show. That's not, well, at least that's not how it works for me. Let me say that. And so it was like, I had to put myself first. And I think that's important as moms too, even though like, it gets a little tricky, but you have to take care of yourself in order to take care of other people. It's like, put on your own air mask in the airplane. They tell you that. Don't put it on the child first. You need to put it on yourself first so you can take care of the child. And so you need to save yourself first. You need to take good care of yourself first, so that you have like the ability to sustain your own life to support another. That was a huge lesson in all of this too, especially after the pandemic. I think we all looked at self-care a little differently after the pandemic. And self-care at home, it doesn't have to be expensive. Like, I love going out for the massages, but trust me, my mom and my sister and I, we were like figuring out how to do nails and hair and everything else, like in the middle of the pandemic, because we couldn't go outside. So that was a thing. When I was 23, I was told I should use, at 23, a donor egg, because I had endometriosis. It felt like I was broken and felt right. They just say it like, honestly, Kitty, I'm sorry. They should have explained it in a different way. And they should have explained what the risks were, or like what the pros and cons were, and just instead of just like, it almost sounds like they tried to shame you. You know what I mean? And that's wrong. Then nobody should do that to you, especially not a medical professional. What happened to do no harm? Story was 47 last month, and this will be my 5th IUI. I'm kind of confused. Should I just switch and do the IVF? Donor, I don't know, Savvy. It's hard to say, because I don't know what your situation is, and hi Breezy, and I don't know what your tolerance is for what's going on. But I would definitely recommend that you advocate for yourself with your fertility doctor, with your RE, the reproductive endocrinologist, and ask like, what are your chances of success? What are the risks? What are the benefits? If you continue with the IUI, what are the risks? What are the benefits? If you continue with IVF, either with your own eggs or donor eggs, they usually have a chart and they'll map it all out. And then you have to have an honest conversation with yourself about what your end goal is. Is your end goal to have a genetic child, or is your end goal to be a mom? And what does motherhood look like for you? And how much are you willing to spend? Do you know what I mean? Because only you can say when you're ready to go to that. Like at 47, I was like, hell no. And so I'm not going to say to you at 47 you should be doing, because you could still have a chance. There are women who get pregnant naturally at 49. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to tell you no. I'm just going to say weigh out your risk and your benefits, and be honest with yourself about which risk you're willing to assume to get to the end. I was bound and determined. I knew I had a 1% chance, and I was still bound and determined to do it. So you know what's in your heart, right? It's what, when you're 90 sitting on the porch in a rocking chair, what are you going to be looking back at saying, oh, I'm so glad I did that? You know what I mean? Or I wish I wouldn't have. I don't want you to be the 90-year-old on the porch with regret. So follow your heart. That's a tricky question. Follow your heart. Make an informed decision and follow your heart. No one is better than your donor or not. I feel like the bond and the connection is in the journey of life and raising the child. Genetics me. Exactly. But it took me a while to get there. It was hard. I'm telling you, the whole donor egg situation, and when you go, if you've ever gone to those sites and you see these women like stretched out in bikinis, and it's a weird trip. And part of it, I don't know if it's like that in other countries, but I think part of it is because America is a patriarchal society. And so it's catering to men, because that is not pro woman friendly. Like, why do I need to see this woman stretched out in a bikini? And I'm like, I just, it baffles me. It's like an insult. But again, we've moved past that. And I'm glad Colombia didn't do that. Like, they gave me a celebrity lookalike. And so I didn't have to see the picture of the woman. That was my own hang up. But some people didn't mind. And they were like, oh, I saw the picture of the woman as an adult and as a child. And that was just my thing. I thought it was strange. When I was 20, I read that one. Oh my God, I'm so behind on the comments. Genesis is giving Tanya love, and have me time when we have to learn to truly love ourselves. Yes, Genesis, we definitely do. This awesome goodness lately. Thank you. All that hard work is not only pays off for you, but it's contagious. Oh, good. I'm glad. Carissa says this community is amazing. Me, Sandra TTC, Tamika TTC really help cope and get rid. Oh, awesome. Yes. Thank you for being here, Carissa, for us to share our stories with. Otherwise, we're just at home talking to ourselves. Thank you, Savvy. Hopefully that answered your question. I wasn't trying to evade it, but I want to be very mindful of your emotional state and your overall outcome. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be satisfied at the end that you reached your goal. Yeah. All right, ladies, it's 10:08. I don't even know what time I took my progesterone shot, so maybe we've been on here an hour. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right. So Tanya, are you in Central Time? I don't know if you guys have followed Tanya and Ant. I'm going to shout out everybody. Tanya and Ant have a YouTube channel. She talks about her TC journey and other things. Genesis Lovings TV has a YouTube channel. She talks about her former TTC channel challenges, and she has beautiful children that she has on her as well. Shell has a channel, although I think the name changed. Michelle Massard. It used to be Shell TTC, but I think the way that it's appearing here, that's your channel name, right? I'm going to put that up here. So Michelle Massard. Oh, Leslie, I missed your question. How am I distracting myself in the 2-week wait? Girl, working, reading, meditating, doing yoga. I have my affirmation cards. I went and got my lashes done. I did playing with the girls. Oh my God, I don't know why they're not in my lap right now, but let me not talk them up. I took them for a walk tonight. They're so cute. Although we were in Morningside Park and there was a rat that ran across that was like almost as big as Justice. Like, no joke. I mean, Justice is only 5 pounds, but this rat had to be like 2.5. It was I was like, oh my God, come here. Anyway, so walking the girls. I've only been doing stretches. I wouldn't call it full yoga or restorative yoga because I saw a fill-in acupuncturist last week because Clara was out, my regular acupuncturist. She was on vacation, a well-needed vacation. And this acupuncturist was like, don't do anything more than stretches. Don't pull blood away from your uterus. Like, don't pull blood into your extremities. Obviously, I knew I wasn't going to jump rope, but yeah, so I've just been relaxing, doing some goddess pose in the bed. Yeah, we'll see. Oh wait, I want to put this up there. I believe IVF saved my marriage and my sanity. Steve and I were trying to conceive for so long that it got to the point where we started playing the blame game. IVF took the stress. Oh, good, good. Hey, Otishev. Hey, how are you? My IG is simply.tanika, Tay-Marie. Simply.tanika. And Tanya and Ant is Tanya and Ant. I think we'll probably go. You're in Eastern time. Okay, so you want to do 8:30 then, Tanya? Let's do 8:30 Eastern. Um, that way I have time to get up and get the crust out of my eyes. And then we could probably stay on for 30 minutes. I have my first meeting at 9:15, so we could do like 30 or 45 minutes. I don't know what time you start work. But yeah, 7:09 there. I would have dropped everything and ran. Oh wait, I missed it. Ran for what page? Heather page. Oh my God. But yeah, I want to say I'm glad you touched on that, Michelle, because in watching other people's journeys, I have seen. I'm gonna type my IG in here. I have seen relationships fall apart in behind this, or shortly thereafter. And so it gets messy. Like I said, it's not for the faint of heart. It will strain your relationship. Oh, the rat. Oh yes. Girl, I was just trying to get them not to go over there because they're so nosy. I mean, I'm used to the rats. I live here. I've lived here for a minute. And that's why they couldn't walk when they were little, walk outside, because apparently there's a contagion in rat urine. And so they had to be vaccinated for that. But because they're toys, they had to be like a certain amount of weight and a certain amount of age, and so they couldn't walk outside until like November of this year, and I got them in June. And so I know people were like, why did they go to the bathroom in the house? Because that's where they were trained on wee pads. I mean, they do go outside, but for the most part they're trained on wee pads because they couldn't go outside for so long. But yeah, it was like, oh my God, I was just worried that Justice was gonna go after her, because she chases like other dogs and birds, and she'll chase the geese, which I get a big kick out of. Although tonight in the dark, it was a little dark outside, she wasn't fooling with those geese, and one of them was doing like a at her, and she was like, I was like, uh-oh, they're gonna give you a run for your money. They tired of running from you, little girl. Having my coffee early tomorrow morning. Okay, Sophia, oh my God, because you're in California, right? What about therapy I highly, highly recommend therapy, Violet. I do. I've been through several therapists over the years because I've been going through this for a minute. But I think therapy is important. There's also resolve.org. They have groups. They have some groups and they have therapists there. I would recommend, like, if you have insurance, to see if it will cover it. The groups are not usually charging, but it's all like women who are TTC and they have different groups. Like now I should probably be in a group for women who are doing donor eggs. I never really rejoined post-pandemic. They're doing virtual meetings now, but resolve.org can help you find some, I don't know if they're all in person, but for sure virtually, like group sessions. And they also have therapists who will deal with you one-on-one if they have openings in their schedule. But I think it's important. I think if I hadn't been going to therapy, I wouldn't have been in the place that I am now. Like, I'm at peace with what's happening. There's a lot going on. And I'm not in a relationship now, but I was in a relationship and the person was also my donor, like contractually he was my donor. And I think that whole thing also put a strain on our relationship. I know it did, because I had a goal of where I wanted to go and it wasn't his goal, right? He was just donating sperm. And so things like don't drink too much or don't ride a bike were kind of like issues. They were issues for me, not for him, because he didn't care. So I think in a relationship, it's important to go through that too. And I've seen it, like, sometimes it's the other way around, where it's men who they have male factor infertility and they end up using a sperm donor. There's some videos on there, on YouTube. I'm pointing my TVs that way. And I think, like, at least in America, in the American videos I've seen, it's like men have more license to be angry that they have to use donor sperm than women have a license to be using donor eggs, if that makes sense. Like, it's okay if a man is like questioning his manhood, but it's not okay if a woman is questioning, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know why I even went there, but I did need to say that. I think if for any lady who does go to donor eggs, know that it's not about your womanhood. It's biology. It's just biology. And so, yeah, long story short, to your question, Violet, I recommend therapy, whether single or partnered. If your partner doesn't want to go and you're partnered, I would definitely just go by yourself, just to talk through things and say it out loud, because there's things you're going to want to talk about. Your doctor, the RE, is not a therapist. Like, they'll kind of like nod along and say they understand, because I know one of these cycles, I think after my second, I was on the phone crying and snotting to Dr. McConnell, and she was like, I understand, and I wanted to reach through the phone like, do you? But it was, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think a therapist is good. Like, don't expect your RE to step in for that. And definitely see if you can get a therapist that has some fertility experience, which is why I'm recommending resolve.org. But any therapist will do. There's other stuff. Like I said, the therapist I have now is not a reproductive or a fertility therapist, but he has life experience. He's a little bit older than I am. And so, you know, it's been a good, even though sometimes I miss my appointments because I can't keep track. It's all virtual, so I'm like, what is today the day? It's Blur's day. All the days blend together. Oh, Moreno Valley. Okay, you start your therapy next week, chocolate coated. Well, good luck. Is it difficult to date while TTC as a single person? Oh, I would recommend Tamika TTC's channel, because she has some dating on there. Some dating videos. I have not, so I've only dated the one person while I was TTC, and like I said, he was my donor. And then, well, that's not true. I kind of went on some dates, but I've known this person that I recently went on the dates with forever, so I don't and he actually had offered to be a donor, so I don't think it affects anything. I think if you're looking for a long-term partnership, it's probably going to affect it. I have commitment issues that I'm also working on in therapy, so I'm not necessarily looking for a long-term partner. But I know, I was going to say, Tamika TTC has had some conversations or some videos about her conversations, and I think you'll find them insightful and humorous. So, hey, Mrs. Gaither. Is it Gaither, Gather? Etna, but I swear I'm having the most trouble finding a therapist. I have to check that out. Thanks. Oh, yeah, definitely. You did fertility therapy, Kitty? Awesome. IVF clinic I went to has a mentor program, so they paired me up with someone who was about to go for the transfer when I was just starting my meds. Oh, that was nice. Which clinic was that, Shell? I never considered a therapy for fertility, but good to know. Yeah, there is, because it's a whole different world, you know what I mean? And it's also Groundhog's Day, like if you have a fail cycle. Like, I feel like I've been going through the same motions since February. Or I guess March would have been. End of February, I think, is when I started my period. Like, because February is a short month. And so then that landed me with a March 31st transfer day. But yeah, it was like, okay, that didn't work. Or this, you know what I mean? And so you kind of need somebody who understands that. Because, and this is why I went through so many therapists. I honestly feel like the therapist I had in 2018 was tired of hearing about it. You know what I mean? Like, well, what are we going to do next? Like, she was more desperate for me to be pregnant so I could stop talking about it than I was so I could be a mom. I was like, oh my God. And then, like, she kind of annoyed me because I felt like, oh, these are crooked. I'm going the wrong way. I need to tighten these. I have a screwdriver in there somewhere, but oh God. You know why? Because sometimes I was falling asleep. Oh, I must have been falling asleep this way with the glasses on. Anyway, I would say things to her like a scan, and like we'd have a whole conversation about what a scan was. And then the next week she'd be like, is that a sonogram? And I just told her one day, I was so frustrated, Google it. It's not a sonogram because, like, technically I wanted to tell her this. I'm just going to vent with you guys and I'm going to move on. A sonogram is a noun. The scan can be a noun or a verb. So actively, I was not getting sonogrammed. But what difference does it make? Like, I've explained this to you already. So you need to take notes or you need to Google when I walk out of here. Because then it was like she's getting frustrated that, you know, I mean, granted, there's a lot of terms in TTC. But then she made like this little joke when I switched from RMA to Columbia. She was like, oh no, now we're going to have a whole new bunch of terms to learn. What? I was like, no, the terms are the same. She was like, are you sure? Anyway, so that's why it's good, at least, like, it was helpful. And like I said, this guy he's a lot older than me, or not a lot, but he's older than I am, so he lets me talk, and then if he needs to know the definition of something, he'll answer it. But sometimes it's like, keep up in the context of what's going on. Do you know what I mean? But she was she wanted to talk about, well, what's next, in very much the procedural way and not the emotional way. So that's what I'm trying to say. And he is very much about, how are you feeling about this? How are you dealing with this? Okay, so this is happening, and then you have to wait. How long? How does that make you feel to have to wait? So I think that is what the difference is. Not that they have to know the terminology, but they have to tap into, there's a roller coaster. There's going to be a little PTSD. There's other things going on, and like, treat you as a whole person and not as a person going through a procedure. Because I don't think you would do that if someone was going through cancer. Do you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be asking them about all the terminology and like, oh my God, I have to learn new terminology and what does that mean? Like, you know, especially if that person is, God forbid, stage 4 terminal, like, you would be more compassionate. And so you know, anyway, I'm going to move on now. That is such a good topic, dating while TTC. It's been no bueno for me. Why, Janaya? Is it because you tell people or because you don't? But also, there's the other, I mean, it's been COVID since I've come back. And so the person that I'm going to say dated, but really we've been friends with benefits, I've known for forever. So it wasn't like, and not that means he couldn't get COVID, but I'm not out trying to meet new people. I did go on that one date and it was a disaster. I wasn't sure how I would have told him, but he was like so freaky trying to get in my pants. Like, that was his only thing. And I was just like, oh my God, no. Cause I'm like, this dude is a slut. Who knows what he's got? Even if you're using a condom, like, you could still get herpes or crabs or, you know what I mean? I was just like, it was the total turn off. And then I wasn't sure, he was like an insurance or something, I can't remember, but if he was trying to sell me a policy or if he was trying to convince me how great his job was, it was just like, and then it was all sex. And then when I told him he wanted to go on a second date, I said, I don't think you're my cup of tea. It was nice meeting you. Oh, and the date was so bad I paid for dinner because I was like, I just need to get out of here. And I didn't want, he just was like very much machismo. I feel like he would have, and I shouldn't have, honestly, but that was just my mindset at the point. I should have let him pay for it. But he still followed up. I said, I don't think we're a good match. And he was like, well, what about if we just have sex? I blocked him. And then I went, because the restaurant we went to was in my neighborhood, because he doesn't live in Manhattan. So he came to Manhattan, down to Harlem. He's in the Bronx. It's not that far, but he came down here. And he was like, the restaurant where we went, I know the waitress is the Cantina. And so when I went back, one of the waitresses was asking me how the date ended, and I was like, it was horrible, blah, blah, blah. That was the first day. She was like, oh, that was the first day. She was like, oh, I didn't realize that. She was like, he was real comfortable with you. I was like, yeah, he was loose at the lips. Then I couldn't remember, because he was from Africa, what country he was in. So I called over the waitress who had waited on us to ask her if she remembered where he was from, because I was like naming off Wakanda or what was the movie from Coming to America, the country, I was like naming off countries that didn't exist. And so she was like, oh, I don't remember. Let me pull it up in my phone. And she pulls it up and she has him in the contacts, the phone number and his country. And I was like laughing. And so the girl who who first asked me about it was like, I can't remember their names now. I'll remember it when I see them. Was like, girl, why do you have his number? She was like, oh, I got his number and Tanika's number. I was like, I remember her getting my number, but I was like, that's really weird. And she's a lot younger than I am. I was going to say she's a young girl, but like, she's like Cheyenne's age. And this man is like 57. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, that was enough to turn me off. And I met him at an event with my friend. Like, we went to a rooftop, or not an event. Like, we just had a girls outing. We went to a rooftop thing and like, we were buying bottles and whatever else. And he moseyed on over, and honestly, I feel like then he was trying to sell me insurance. And then because we were drinking bottles, mixed him up and thought he was another guy. And so when before I went downstairs, I said, can you send me a picture of you? Because I thought I might have mixed him up. I was like, can you send me a picture so I can find you at the restaurant? That's what I said. At the outdoor seating. And so he sent it. Then he was like, send a picture of yourself. And I'm still in the elevator in the building. And at that time, we still had to wear masks. So then he gets up and when he sent the picture, I was like, oh, fuck, it's the one I didn't want to go with. And then the one that was annoying. So I come up to him. He reaches out to hug me and I step back and I was like, I can shake your hand. I was like, there's COVID. We can't hug in COVID. He was like, He just stood there. He was like, is that a rule? He's like, that's not a rule. You just made that up. I said, well, whatever. And I sat down. And it was like all bad from there. It was all bad from there. So, yeah, I don't have good luck with dating. I do better. Honestly, like, oh, I don't know. I can't even say I do better. The other people that I dated, I met at work. I'm not going to do that anymore. My friends with benefits, I met in a bar in Los Angeles in 2002 when we both lived there. I'm trying to think. I think since I've been in New York, the people that I've met at work. And I did go on a couple of dates off of like an app, Match.com. Baby. Okay. Janai, I've been trying for 4 years and have dated without talking about it. Most recently, I dated someone and it felt like it could be a lasting thing. And so I told her and she freaked out. Why? Does she not want to have children? Oh my God. Having panic attacks, wondering if she could raise another child. Oh, started talking about staying home to care for the child. You staying home or her staying home to watch the child? I'm like, lady, I'm not working this hard to have you. Oh, right. Okay. I was like, baby. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah. I straightened her out, but yeah, that was an ordeal. That sounds horrible. So she wasn't the one for you. She wasn't the one for you. I do think you have to say it at some point, right? Because any day now you could pop up pregnant, depending on where you are in the journey. I do think you have to say something. That is crazy. So she was freaked out, and then she was like, I'll stay home. And oh, no. So you was going to be the sugar mama. Why did she offer for you to stay home and her to go to work? Girl, oh, my God. Bye. I have only ever been on 2 dates because that's my problem. Maybe I need a pass on a date. So you have a husband. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. Oh, have you guys watched, I think it's the McKinney twins. Have you guys seen that? Apparently they were on that show, 9 Months and Pregnant. So they're identical twins. One of the sisters dates women, or I think, I don't know if they're married now. But anyway, and the other sister dates men. And so it's like Denia, T and D. And the, oh my God, I'm so bad with names. It's horrible. Anyway, I definitely recommend that channel on YouTube, the McKinney twins at their pregnancy. Hey, Mrs. Living in Hope. Okay, I'm on StreamYard. I tried it mainly because you mentioned it and YouTube wouldn't let me go live on their own platform. But somehow it permissioned StreamYard to come over here. But I cannot add Instagram to that. But thanks for recommending this. Don't be talking about him. I need a little break. Oh my God. That's called a divorce. That's not called a little break. I don't want to see you on Snapped or the ID channel, ma'am. As the plaintiff, or no, not the plaintiff. Oh my God, what am I saying? As the dead person or as the defendant. You transferred today, Taryn. Oh my God, congratulations. 2 little perfect embryos. Oh wow. Good luck. When is was it a 5-day? Or if they're perfect, I'm guessing you're meaning that they were tested. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Yeah, I'm tripping off of what Janaea said. Like, that sounds crazy to me. I don't know what I would do if I met somebody and they were like, they would stay home with the kids or the kid. I would be like, no. That is another thing too. So that is an issue, which it's not an issue for me, but it's an issue for most men. Most of the guys that I date, I make more money than them. I don't announce it to them, but somehow they figure that out. And that's always like a ego thing, which in part is why I think the guy was explaining the insurance. Either he was trying to sell it to me or trying to explain like how he knew wealthy people. But that's a whole other thing. Oh my God. But I did hit on a girl a couple weeks ago, and then she was like, do you like women? I was like, I like both. And then she was like, I try to only date straight women. I was like, that sounds weird. But anyway, she was cute. Her name was Terry. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's and she had a friend with her, Doc, who again, too many drinks, is in my phone and was texting me. He sells cannabis, and apparently I look like a good customer, so he sent me like all his whatever life in New York. Life in New York is interesting. saw herself as the caregiver. She's feminine. Maybe that's just how her head works. It doesn't matter if you're the one giving birth. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to say with the McKinney twins. So the lesbian sister is masculine presenting, and she had the child. Her partner could not have children, and she was so grateful. So she had already been on the process before they met, and then she had I think 2 or 3 IUIs at home, and they hadn't taken it. And then when she met her partner, that one took, and the child looks like both of them, so I'm guessing they picked a donor that looks similar. But that was interesting. And then there's a couple of channels. There's oh my god, I see them all the time on Instagram. They were TTC in the same time I was, 2 women, and they have a little girl now who is so cute. I think they used either the donor was Asian or Blasian. And I think their little girl just turned 2 or 3 now. There's a couple of couples on here who same-sex couples who've had kids. I like the lesbian couples more than I like the guys. I don't know. But I have watched a couple of the guys who had surrogates and go through that. Like, I found that interesting, where they recorded what was happening with the surrogate. I thought that was interesting. Like, are you trying to date me or sell me stuff? Exactly, Violet. Like, it was like, we don't want to talk about business. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to figure out what you like to do. And he was very, like, chauvinistic, and I was just like, oh my god. And he was like, oh, you have an opinion? Of course I have multiple opinions. What are you talking about? I had fun. College, but sometimes I walk past women and be like, damn, I'm missing out. Have you seen the lesbians on TikTok make me get a job just to find a friend? Girl. And they don't make them like they used to. These girls is out and bad. I'm like, oh my god, if I was 20 years younger, all y'all would be in trouble. Our Big Girl Journey YouTube. Oh, is that another one? I haven't seen that, Our Big Girl Journey. But and Lisa and Lindsay, who are in the UK, I've watched them. They each have had a child now. Lindsay, who is the more masculine presenting, had the child first, and then Lisa just had a child. I love their channel. They're so cute. I love Lindsay. She's hilarious. Unconditionally, Kelly is a lesbian couple who did reciprocal IVF. Oh, nice. To conceive both of their children. That is awesome. Yeah, with the McKinney twins, the one sister, her partner could not have children. So it was even more powerful because she gets emotional as she talks about the stuff. It's just cute because, that's what I was going to say. So the thing is, they're identical twins. One of the sisters, the one who's with Erica, I remember that because that's my sister's name, the lesbian sister, who was intentionally trying to be pregnant, found out she was pregnant first. Then her identical twin found out she was pregnant and was crying because she was like, I don't want to steal your shine, because she already had a daughter. She was like, I'm so sorry that I ended up pregnant at the same time with you. And her sister was like, oh no, God planned this. She was like, that way our kids can grow up together like we did, and they don't have to. And they're really, really close. The 2 sisters are. And then they found out they were both having boys, and they were due on the same day. So it was like, oh my God, this is like Hollywood. They didn't, I won't spoil it for you, McKinney twins. But it was, it was like, oh my God, it was so cute. I have not watched them in a while. I didn't realize they had a baby. Our Big Gay Journey. Okay. And then there's, who's the one that say, good morning, campers? I think they just had a second one. Oh yeah, everybody hit the like button. Is there a like button on this? How does this work? Thank you. Oh wait, I put it in the comments, but I'm not even sure. I'm gonna put this ticker up. Thank you for reminding. And now I've talked for another 30 minutes. You guys know I can ramble. Michelle said, Genesis, go to bed. Oh my God, Genesis, don't be out there scooping up no young girls now. Them work lesbians have you praying in the bathroom, baby. Oh my God, not at my job. I work in media. They ain't know. We're all on our best behavior at work. Oh my God. Yeah, it's crazy out here in these dating streets. I don't know. It'd have to be somebody real, real bad, like in all ways. And also, like, I like somebody who has business savvy, but is a little bit like hood. You know what I mean? That's hard to find. And who has good credit. I'm not dating nobody. I don't care how much money you make, but you gotta have good credit. I'm not fooling with nobody who is having trouble with FICO. Your FICO better be tight, better be right. Oh my God. Oh, you talking about Genesis. I speak facts. I feel like that won't be cheating. I want someone to break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Girl, go ahead. Oh my God. I think it is cheating. I think when you are in somebody between somebody else's legs, or somebody else is in between your legs or your ass, whatever y'all prefer. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, or your mouth, or you know what I mean. I think that's cheating. I'm pretty sure when it said forsaking all others, they meant everything. Um, Thank you. It's free. Yes, please. And thank you. Yes, thank you, Mrs. Living in Help. We're almost at 10,000. I know you guys, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out a lot. It helps the channel grow. I'm trying to get to 10,000 because then I'm eligible to be in this to apply for this YouTube Academy, and like you can win free gear, or I think you get a kit and they just teach you different ways about video, so I can just take the channel to the next level. Don't you guys want fancy pregnancy videos? Bump dates? Come on now, hit that like button. Hey Ray, I could take a lesbian easier than a whack, girl. You don't know, you might get one that's a little rough. But definitely you need to get a wax if you're gonna get a lesbian, honey. You need to get a don't nobody want all that bush. You better get your life together. We are in the same state. Oh my God. Oh, Vicky coming for you, Genesis. Vicky might have something for you. She is in Illinois. Listen, Vicky, tell her to get waxed though. Okay, oh my God. I don't know what you're agreeing with me about. Is it the waxing, Mrs. Gaither? 10K is almost around the corner. Woohoo! Okay, we're getting close. All right, it's 10:36. I need to see where the quiet puppies are, because you know they're like kids. When they get too quiet, they up to something. And so I'm gonna go check on them. And look, Genesis and Vicky, how you doing? I'm gonna put that on the screen because that is hilarious. The cheating. Oh yes, definitely with the cheating, right? Any part that's like, I actually even believe in emotional cheating, like, because I've been cheated on emotionally, and they'll be like, well, we didn't sleep together, but you have all this time and commitment, like you leading up to something. Anyway, yeah, don't get me started. Y'all are wild. Now it's getting late, chocolate coated. We get raunchy. Somebody mentioned lesbian and Genesis lost her mind. You are glowing. Keep it awesome. Thank you, Ray. I love y'all in this chat tonight. We off the chain tonight. It was you, Janae. You mentioned lesbians and all the freaks came out. I think everybody is at least gay for a day. Like, y'all quit playing. Tell me you haven't seen a woman walk down the street and looked at her ass. Women are dressing for other women. Come on now. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care. Thank you, Natalie. Okay, Genesis is done. I wouldn't mind some stuff. I'm in a ham sandwich. No. Oh my God. Oh my God. TTC after dark. It really is. Okay, she's done. I'm laughing so hard this part of my head hurts. I love you guys. Okay, we're gonna end on that note. We got some sanctified people here. It might be a little. We probably went way too far, and I'm not even drinking. Imagine. This is my beverage of choice. It's my water. Baby. Okay, good credit and no back. Oh, I know that's right, Mimi. No back child support. No, yeah, all that. I was going to say no unpaid medical bills, but that goes with the good credit, all that. Okay. Sophia, we love you too. All right, so that's it, because now this hurts. I need to go rub the back. Have you guys ever done that? Oh my God, it hurts on both sides. We all, when COVID is over, we all got to get together somewhere. Even if you got to bring the kids. We got to all get together. I need to hug everybody. I might grab some asses. I can't promise. I won't be like Cuomo, though. I'm going to get your permission first. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to talk about. Have you guys seen that when he was like, I just have to say this. When Cuomo was like, he didn't realize he crossed the line. He didn't realize how far the line had moved. He's like, he got it from his mom and his dad to be rubbing on people. And one of the things was rubbing on his stomach. Whose stomach was your mama rubbing on? That was, oh, here comes one of, oh, you right here. I didn't even see you. Hi, baby. And I'm getting loud, aren't I? Okay. Mama's getting raunchy. Whose stomach was your mom rubbing on? Who was like the rubbing the head, rubbing the no, keep your hands to yourself. And you know you were doing it because of your power. You know that was harassment. Like the postman doesn't come over here and rub on my belly. Nor would he presume that he could. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All jokes aside, we need a nickname for the baby. Oh, I don't know. Whose body part? Right, Mrs. Living Hope. I don't have, I have, well, in the journal, sometimes I call the baby Sweet Pea, but I don't have like a nickname. Oh, but I did send, so I got sign off on the girl's name. Again, like I have multiple names because I want to meet her first, but I'm still working on the official boy's name. Like, and when I say sign off, my mother has to give it her stamp. So we've agreed on a girl's name. We did the same thing with Cheyenne. Even like the spelling of her name. She's like, you're going to spell it the traditional way, right? I was like, yes. Anyway, so boy names. You guys drop them in the, you can leave them in the regular comments because I'm about to get off here. Look who came to see us. Hello. Hello. Where do they do that? Right, exactly, chocolate coated. Like it was, he needs to go. Hey, Neo Soul Rider. Uh-oh. What are you want to say hi? No, you don't. Okay. Okay. Oh, kisses? Okay. You reach way around just to get a kiss? Oh, you want to sit on my lap? Come on. Oh my goodness. It's her bedtime. D'Artagnan. Oh no. Krishmael, Hamish. Oh my God, Genesis, I'm gonna beat you. No, no, ma'am. It is. There's one name that I originally wanted for the first name, and then now I think I want it for the middle name. The problem is I have two last names, so it has to go together. My last name is Brown McKelvey. On most of my stuff, it just says McKelvey, but my legal name is Brown McKelvey because Brown is my dad's last name. McKelvey is my mom's last name, so the baby's gonna have a long name. With Cheyenne, she has her father's last name. With this baby, I'm mom and dad. So, not Rufus. Bye, Genesis. Good night. Right, Mrs. Living in Hope. Not Rufus. I'm in agreement with that. Okay, ladies. I love you all. Thank you for rocking with me. Tanya, 8:30 a.m. If you're still on here, hopefully you went to bed because it's 10:40. 8:30, IG. Let's go from your, everybody go follow Tanya's IG. It's Tanya and Ant. Tonya and Ant, short for Anthony. Or Antony, like Antony and Cleopatra. Anyway, and then I'll join her live from there. And to level set expectations, she's still very early to be testing. So if we don't see anything, it's no pressure. All right, everybody. Baby does 8:30 a.m. IG my time. Yeah, Eastern time. Because she's in Eastern time as well. Good night, Vicky. Sticky baby does to you too, mama. All right. I'm going to get out of here, Rocky, because this is my first time leaving. So I'm going to... Oh, it says I can end the broadcast. And then so I'm going to say goodbye to you all. Mwah. Baby does to us all. See you later.